Welcome back, college brewers. It's time for step 5, drinking, also known as the fun part. You've successfully cleaned, brewed, fermented, and bottled. You've transformed raw ingredients into beer, and you made this with your own hands. Now, it's time to reward yourself with some brew. I'm assuming you already know how to drink beer, but on your brewing journey, you need some knowledge on how to drink properly. Whenever I share one of my brews with a friend, I always tell them, don't drink straight from the bottle. Around this point, they usually ask me, why not? There's a couple of good reasons never to drink good beer straight from the bottle. Of course, getting handed a foamy beer at a party is going to cause some eye rolling. And that's usually the case with the light beers you've been drinking at frat parties. Maybe you've even heard some tricks to get rid of that foam. But when you're drinking quality beer, you want to have a nice head on it. Pouring releases some of the CO2 trapped in the beer. This gives it its foamy head. Besides looking good, each tiny bubble encompasses a little bit of the beer's aroma, which plays a huge role in our perception of flavor, even more so than our sense of taste. The head also affects the way the beer feels in your mouth. Bottle conditioned beer will have a small layer of sediment at the bottom of the bottle. It's supposed to be there, but you don't want to drink it. We don't have access to expensive beer filters to get out every little piece of sediment that's in our beer. Instead, we rely on time and gravity to clear the sediment to the bottom of the bottle before we drink it. The trick to not disturbing it is to slowly pour everything except the last quarter inch of liquid in the bottle. It's not the end of the world if you drink this last little bit, but it can leave a bad taste in your mouth. Even worse, you might become very familiar with the natural effects of yeast. Now that you know not to drink straight out of the bottle, you need to find something to pour your beer into. The best thing is to drink out of a pint glass or a beer stein. If that's not around, a good alternative is a red Solo cup. Open the beer just like any other beer. Start pouring the beer slowly into the tilted glass or cup. Once you've poured about half the bottle, start tilting up and pouring directly into the center. You want about a quarter to a half an inch of head. This takes some practice and varies with each style of beer. Be careful with the sediment at the bottom of the bottle. Keep an eye on it and stop pouring when it reaches the mouth of the bottle. Discard the rest of the beer in the bottle. If any of your beer survives its first weekend, you'll need to start properly storing it. Bottles should be stored upright. This ensures the sediment remains settled at the bottom of the bottle. Keep bottles out of the light to avoid spoiling your beer. While brown bottles block 98% of light, sunlight and fluorescent lighting can still skunk your beer. Beer doesn't expire, but it's at its best for the first 6 months if refrigerated, and for the first 3 months if it's kept at room temperature. Now you're on with some crucial brew knowledge. If you haven't cracked one open already, grab a beer and enjoy yourself. Congratulations, you're officially a college brewer.